Yeah?
Yeah.
Gat Out of Hell. You've played this, obviously.
Yeah, finished it on the PC.
What did you think? You liked it?
I did quite like it, to be honest. Yeah, it was good fun. I don't think I went in expecting anything great. I went in with that kind of DLC mindset, I'd say. So I wasn't expecting a kind of fully fledged experience. I didn't really know what it was, to be honest. And yeah, just came away. Think it was good fun. Some good laughs. One amazing cutscene, and yeah, some good mechanics in there, but nothing life changing.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. I mean, I think it's because outside of games like Stick of Truth, the Saints Row games have a really terrific sense of humour that I really like. I mean, often the bawdier side of that series is kind of highlighted by people, and categorically they're not highbrow, but they have actual jokes in them. There's actually, at the very beginning of Get Out of Hell, there's a joke that I immediately thought that's just a funny conceit. That's legitimately a really good joke. And it sounds stupid to say that, but when you realise that a comedy for most people these days is the Sunset Overdrive, it's worth highlighting the difference. These games are properly irreverent and they have proper jokes in them, and that's something that I love about them. There's less humour in Gat Out of Hell than in the last two, but that's just because there's less of everything. And it sort of, in summary, do not let this be your first Saints Row game. If this is your first Saints Row game, I don't think it'll make a great impression. You start with 3 and 4, and then I'm sure you'll love those as much as I did, and then you can move on to this. But another important point is, if you care about presentations, a lot of the things in Get Out of Hell will probably bother you. It's a really, I mean, what is it? I played on Xbox One. How scrappy was it on PC?
But you know, it was actually quite good on PC. I mean, it was not an incredible looking game, but it was very sharp in 1080p, and it ran at 60 frames as well, which made a real difference to how the gunplay felt compared to playing the 360 version anyway of Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
It was the best gunplay I've had in Saints Row again, just because it was that much more responsive. So I kind of heard things about the Xbox One and PS4 versions. I don't know how comparable they are to the PC one, but apart from the odd little frame rate hitch when you're flying through the air, it was actually pretty good. I mean, like I say, it didn't look amazing, but it felt kind of old gen in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, on Xbox One it was insanely scrappy. I mean, the frame rate is diabolical at times, and the city is often completely bereft of detail. I have a suspicion that it might run better on older hardware, so if you can pick up the 360 or the PS3 version cheaper, I assume that's the best option, because it doesn't look particularly great on Xbox One, and that's a bit of an understatement.
Well, the PC version's clearly the best one.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so if that's an option, definitely do that. But to be honest, I couldn't really care less about the presentation, because I do find these games superbly entertaining. More so than any other sandbox series, aside from probably Far Cry. The side digressions are almost as fun as the stuff in the main game. I mean, I do miss the spectacular and spectacularly stupid main missions of Saints Row 3 and 4, but what's here is fun enough to warrant picking it up, I think. But on Xbox One at least, it's a mongrel. But I mean, Saints Row is now distributed by what's essentially a boutique publisher, so I mean, rough around the edges, I kind of forgive it for that. And because it's so entertaining, and there are a few really big laughs in it. Once I'd levelled up a little, I really, really enjoyed it. That's probably important to point out, because flying is a little bit awkward at first, so don't be dissuaded by that if you have problems at first. It does get easier as it goes on. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I did. Made me laugh. Everything you do in it is fun, even though some of it's repetitive. Yeah, gags.
Some very good.
Nothing to complain about, really. A nice little early start to the year, bit of gameage.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, incidentally, I also briefly jumped into the Xbox One port of Saints Row 4, and I think the same thing's true on Xbox One, in that if you're really bothered by sloppy presentation, it may piss you off quite a bit. And again, I suspect that if you put the 360 original next to this, that would look and run better, because this is all over the shop. The what's it called? Re-elected version of Saints Row 4. But again, I didn't really care too much, because the opening hour is so funny and so fun. The gameplay is near ceaselessly fun, and whether the package of Saints Row 4 and Get Out of Hell is worth the current asking price is highly debatable, but I liked Get Out of Hell more than enough, and I may well play through Saints Row 4 again, but I mean, they're both pretty ugly on Xbox One.
If roles were reversed, God, I know they'd save me, but all my solutions involve murder spree.